I purposely try to stay out of any natural hair community conversations about what women should or shouldn't be doing with your hair, what it means if you want to wear your hair like this or like this. I don't care. I don't care. I would say the only advice I have is to pick your damage. I saw this video a couple weeks ago. I really cannot remember who said it, but she said to pick your damage because as Black women, it doesn't matter what you do with your hair, there's going to be some type of damage associated with it, especially if you want to wear the style consistently and make it like your signature. That's my advice, is to pick your damage because there will be some.
This video is going to have more questions than answers, but I'm okay with that. I want to approach this conversation with truth, some balance, compassion, honesty to possibly spark the same results. Before we get too deep into my heart, let me share what's on my hair. In order to do that, please come meet me exactly how I met this wash day. Tired, moody as coming from a family trip that drained me more than filled me, but that is another video for another time. But listen, I still showed up, and instead of showing up for results, I'm showing up for a relationship. And to me, that looks like just making sure my hair is clean and moisturized, y'all. I was not worried about the styling whatsoever, as long as my hair felt better than how it felt when I first started. And I'm in my luteal phase. My face was breaking out. I was bloated, and I'm done. Okay, just completely over it. Like, how can I fast forward through this without fast forwarding? Okay, because we're not rushing over here. I mean, I feel like that's just a challenge in and of itself, but I was like, you know what, I'm determined to do this. Plus, I wanted to show you my new gadget, which is this pattern steamer that I'm sure you've seen everywhere but here, because being for real, I just didn't have it. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the time to go out of my way and spend close to $200 on this, which I don't think it's terribly priced. However, girl, there are some steamers out here that don't have pattern on the side of them that would do the same job. Not to say pattern isn't doing what they should with this thing, because let me tell y'all, 5 stars, 10 out of 10. I have a strong feeling that this is going to be a great addition to my routine. I love this gadget so much. It had me thinking I should have introduced it into my hair routine earlier, sooner, given the breakage I've been experiencing. I've just noticed my hair has not been the same. And honestly, having the evidence that your hair is not the same kind of makes it worse. But hindsight's 2020, right? Or is it? Hindsight seems to be more blinding than it is truthful. Because listen, I was about to make myself feel guilty for not getting this steamer sooner, or buying or investing in not even this steamer, but a steamer period, very quickly negating everything that I've been going through this past year. Like I just said, I didn't have the money. I didn't have the time to go out of my way and prioritize keeping up with the latest and greatest in hair care, right? So I'm done looking back and simply not trusting that I was doing the best that I could with what I had. So pattern steamer, for me, totally worth it if you can afford it. Whenever the girls start claiming a holy grail product, a holy grail tool, it's okay to want to buy and try, but do it on your own time. The only holy grail out here is water and patience when it comes to hair care. And this steamer just so happens to pair very well with those things. While using the steamer, I'm using Pattern's Breakage Mask, something I was already a fan of before I even owned this steamer. And now that you're caught up to what's happened thus far in the wash day, I want to pause the hair care and get into the heart care.
As Black women, it doesn't matter what you do with your hair, there's going to be some type of damage associated with it, especially if you want to wear the style consistently and make it like your signature. If you want to wear your hair naturally in an afro, you're going to have so many fairy knots, your ends will be chewed up, especially if your hair is type 4, ask me how I know. If you want to wear slick backs, you're obviously risking your hairline being pulled back. If you do lace fronts, obviously hairline tore up. If you do clip-ins or half wigs or anything with any type of combs, you're risking getting bald spots in the areas where the combs are. If you're doing braids, obviously you're risking like traction alopecia from the weight of the braids, and your edges are also at risk. And then obviously, like me, if you're doing sew-ins or silk presses, you're risking heat damage. Like, for example, I have naturally type 4C hair. It's not type 4 anymore. That's my advice, is to pick your damage because there will be some.
Connected to notanotherjasmine.
TikToks and conversations like these make me question how much of this version in my head of my best self, my ideal identity, is actually wrapped up in Eurocentric ideals. Hair beauty standards just being one of many. There are people here, some of which are Black, who actually villainize the characteristics of Black and brown bodies, but don't villainize the lack of care put into them. For example, 4C hair. But we gonna tap back into that a little later. Another thing we're gonna tap into in this video, how conversations like this, they make me wonder when I see Black women wearing wigs, extensions. I wonder if these styles are rooted in care and love and self-confidence, self-acceptance, or a need to hide authentic parts of themselves. And if they are falling into that second category, is it really that deep? I'm not here to convince anyone to start wearing wash and goes or to stop wearing sew-ins. That's not the point. The truth is there is a need of effort that comes with any choice you make with Black hair. What I'm actually trying to understand is the nature of the choices we're being offered in the first place, and how deeply these choices are impacted by the society, the environment, and the systems we live in. And I don't know about you, but I've learned to side-eye the society time and time again. It shows me that it's not here to pour into me. It's not here to make sure that I'm flourishing and thriving before I leave this earth. It's honestly doing everything it can to drain me of everything I have. If I can be taught not to care for something as simple and as personal as my own hair because of the belief that whatever I choose, it's gonna come with damage regardless, then what else might I be unintentionally applying to my life because of someone else's beliefs? And once you start believing damage is inevitable, it changes how much you even believe in trying. At one point, I thought all I could do to my hair is straighten it. At one point, I didn't think weekly wash days was something that I was capable of doing. I didn't think putting down the flat iron could actually help me grow my confidence in so many different ways. And I would have never been aware of this choice if it wasn't due to the many Black women who have had the courage to share their hair care journey on this app. Representation matters. So does knowing and understanding that one of the most powerful secrets of this universe is that care changes everything. Care transformed my hair. Care has transformed my life. Once you put in just a little bit of care, a little bit of intention, you can reap so much from that. Simple care, such as shampooing twice today using my balanced shampoo, perfect for the girls whose hair feels super heavy or holding certain smells that just don't smell neutral. This is perfect for that. But if you're like me, your hair is feeling a little dry, feeling a little weightless, probably best to start transferring to a moisturizing shampoo, which I know I'm gonna make sure I'm doing next wash day, and then trying my best to deep condition when I can, just with my favorite deep conditioners. Those two simple things alone, me introducing that years ago, has transformed my hair to the thickness I didn't think was possible, the length that I didn't think was possible. And I'm going to forever encourage these steps regardless of how you wear your hair. If I was still straightening my hair to this day or wearing sew-ins, sometimes it definitely seems like a task, but other days where I'm able to slow down, feel water running through my scalp, especially growing up and not having that authority to wet my hair when I wanted to, but having to get permission. Now having this rebellious ritual every week where I get to do what I want, and that involves slowing down and putting in care, which being able to slow down and your intent be to take care of yourself, that not even being an option for Black women years ago, and even today, Black women feeling like they don't have the option. I want to acknowledge the difficulty of creating that option for yourself in a world like this. Your society, your environment dictates what choices they make invisible. And it takes a lot of time, patience, care, even a little bit of magic, a little bit of delusion to truly comprehend the choices that you have. And it also takes resistance. It takes sacrifice. It takes women before us, women now, to make choices that will not only help the next generation, but help us today. When topics become polarized, like 4C hair, only extremes are being shown. We're either seeing women that are surrounded by loving and supporting environments that encourage them to adore their hair, or the opposite. 4C hair means fairy knots. It means short forever. It means figure something out and figure it out fast. Very rarely do I hear the whole truth about our hair. I grieve for the girls that weren't taught to love their hair, for the women that are still being told today that something is wrong with very true, authentic parts of themselves. The way that voice still echoes through our own mouths. Fairy knots are not proof that your hair is bad. They're actually signs of dryness, friction, not texture. Tightly coiled or curly hair can thrive when it's moisturized, detangled gently, protected from friction, given care, patience. But instead of teaching care, our culture teaches rejection. Of course, that's when damage becomes inevitable after neglect. Why is this conversation so polarizing? Zoom out. Racism. Zoom out a little more. It's a distraction. The more disconnected we are from our bodies, the easier we are to control. When hair like this required more care and intention, the response became avoidance, erasure, intolerance. And this doesn't just show up for Black women in their hair, but also racism, sexism, homophobia, classism, ableism. When you are simply too busy managing rejection, you don't have the energy to question or challenge the system that you live in. You figure out the easiest way to live in it. hair has transformed my life, but that doesn't mean it got rid of struggle. Struggle is human. It is a part of this human experience. The real question is, what struggles are natural and which struggles are being assigned to us? That dream, desire that you have at this moment probably boils down to just wanting peace, joy, and safety. But there's a natural struggle to get those things. Having faith in uncertainty is a struggle. Grief is a struggle. But fighting yourself to be acceptable, that has been taught. I used to think comfort came from keeping everyone else comfortable. Shout out to my retiring people pleasers. But ultimately, abandoning my needs never brought me peace. And although we've all been unfairly burdened with something like Eurocentric beauty standards, I just want this to be a gentle reminder that I hold the power of freeing ourselves from burdens placed on us by others. I am still learning, unlearning, relearning so much about myself, and true care takes time. It needs time as a part of its ingredient. Effort is needed, but ultimately transformation, change is up to time. With time comes with sitting with uncertainty, with unanswered questions, and that can be uncomfortable. And I still deal with those issues. Just because I wear my hair in its natural state most of the time doesn't mean that I have it figured out, because I definitely don't. A lot of days I feel like my hair is boring, that it's not long enough, it's not juicy enough. Maybe I would look prettier in a trendier style. I definitely have those thoughts, especially as a Black girl who has the world at her fingertips when it comes to hairstyles. But just making sure that I'm making space and time for myself to sit with, why do I feel that way? And making sure that I'm accepting my true self as much as I possibly can, because I want to be as close as possible to the things that I desire. But y'all, that looks so different for every single person, and the only way you're going to figure that out is in those moments of silence, in those moments of journaling or being alone and simply sitting with your emotions and your feelings. I've been doing very simple braid outs lately because wash and goes just have not been hitting the same for me. And I very much feel like I'm back in square one in a lot of ways with my hair. I'm just feeling like I'm relearning it and just going through things that are reminding me a lot of when I first started taking care of my curly hair. I'm in the transition of switching up my signature to just make sure that my hair is healthy. I know when I can achieve a baseline of health, that's where I find the most authentic parts of me and I can explore from there. Another thing I've been making sure to do is keeping my hair stretched. This is helping with less tangles, therefore less breakage, and honestly, so much more to come with this, y'all. It takes me a little minute to get these videos out, because as I'm speaking the message to you, I'm also working through what I'm learning, and sometimes that's in real time. Sometimes it brings up different things that I might need to work through. So just doing my best to practice what I preach, y'all. And it's still technically winter time, so I'm still technically hibernating. So I know I've just been taking my time and being really slow, and maybe this is your reminder to keep taking it slow until spring hits. Quick recap before we go. Some struggles are natural, some we're taught. Care can transform anything, but it takes time. You didn't choose every burden placed on you, but you do have the choice whether you keep carrying it. Gang, thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Please say hi in the comments and let me say hi back to you. So much peace, so much love, and until next time, deuces.
When some people feel that life is too much for them, they get discouraged and give up on taking care of things, especially when rats and roaches and crumbling walls and ceilings are the best the majority of black families can afford.
I bet you've never seen a sponsorship at the end of the video, but shout out to today's sponsor, Not Another Hair Care. Not only have I been loving these clips, I find a new reason why I like them every single day I use them, but I've also been getting amazing feedback and also questions about when we're gonna restock certain colors. But listen, them while you can. Also, there's a weekly newsletter very similar to my videos, but in an email format. You can sign up for that completely free. Use Not Another 20 code when you check out for 20% off your entire purchase. Thank you so much for your support. All right, deuces.